Oral presentation 2. I chose the Target explosives P and B because the description stated that you produce them by stopping the airstream with your lips, building up pressure, and suddenly releasing the air. And also because I used to have difficulty saying the words because they kind of sound alike. Okay. So the sentences I picked from level 3 are: the blushing bride breathed happily after the priest blessed the bridal breakfast. The purple bubble burst its bonds and popped up. The material passage I chose was this one. A facile play-by-play announcer can generally find abundant work in local markets, although this work will generally be on a part-time basis. In small and medium markets, news people, staff, announcers, and even sales personnel add to their income by broadcasting to local sports. This is a difficult assignment, however, requiring good on-air skills and an intensive knowledge of the sport. Baseball games have many periods of little or no activity, so the play-by-play person must be able to fill with talk of interest to the audience. This ability will become particularly apparent in rain delay situations. Baseball play-by-play also entails the ability to follow action quite a distance away. Good vision, or the ability to compensate for poor vision by an in-depth knowledge of the game, is essential. The next phratives I chose from chapter 7 was F and B. And I chose this because the description stated that there are sounds you produce by forcing the breath stream between your upper lip and lower lip. Okay. The two sentences I chose was: make sure to leave some of it for me to give away, and I lost a chance for victory in only 7 moves. And this is the passage. The scroll work along the edge of the porch was wet with fog. The fog dripped from the Monterey cypresses that shadowed off into nothing towards the cliff above the ocean. You can see a dozen feet in any direction. I went down the porch steps and drifted off through the trees, following an indistant path until I could hear the wash of the surf clicking at the fog low down at the bottom of the cliff. There wasn't a gleam of light anywhere. I could see a dozen trees clearly at one time, another dozen dimly, then nothing at all but the fog. I circled to the left and drifted back towards the gravel path that went around to the stables where they parked the cars. When I could make out the outlines of the house, I stopped. A little in front of me, I had heard a man cough. My steps hadn't made any sounds on the soft, moist turf. The man coughed again and stifled the cough with a handkerchief or a sleeve. While he was still doing that, I moved forward closer to him. I made him out, a vague shadow close to the path. Something made me step behind a tree and crouch down. The man turned his head. His face should have been a white blur when he did that. It wasn't. It remained dark. There was a mask over it. I waited behind the tree.